Alrighty,
And we're back.
we're back. Episode 2.
Episode 2. Ep 2.
EP Dose.
It's been a fucking week.
It's been a week, man. Everything. So it's like, I don't know. It's just been, we got 19 views on the first video.
That's pretty good.
I was like, I'm very happy about that. 5 likes on the page.
Mm.
It's like, thank you all for liking it.
Yep.
And go subscribe on YouTube.
Much love.
Mucho lovo. Even though y'all don't give us topics to talk
Right,
about.
No one, yeah. I'm
just
scraping the bottom of the barrel here. But
I was like, y'all are gonna be forced to us listening to rant again. But
I really thought between the two of us, because I'm the type when I see random shit on Facebook, like from even just like a random person I don't really know, that an acquaintance, I'll do it. Like those little Quizlets or like the little tests that they're like, hey, try this, and just so I can get some feedback for a class or whatever. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like I do that.
I guess I'm bored at work a lot, so I have a lot of time, but maybe our friends are all busy.
I was like, I try to share stuff, every now and then, like try to promote people, but
Miss Teacher's like, y'all need to talk about this. I'm like, you need to submit it in writing, cause
right. I'm like I had somebody like message me like, oh, I want to be on the show, and I said, oh, well, email the page and everything, because I was like, we were trying to do it official. Oh, never mind. I was like, you bastard.
It took the same amount of time.
It's like, and I set up for the Facebook page. I set up to where like when you go to message us, it says like a cool little like what up, like hit us up. And, it has like a little personalized message for when you saw. So I'm like, I put all this work into the page.
Give us something.
I was like, just because I share it, I'm a stranger sharing a page. Like, look at it that way, guys. But.
That's exactly right. But either way, we got a lot of we have a ton of stuff to talk about.
But I'm having fun doing this. So
yeah, it's great. It's like therapy. Like I look forward to it. I'm like,
I
can't wait to like get this off my chest. Like
all day today, I was like, man, I get to record tonight.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, I can't wait.
It's something to look forward to.
So happy. So we got a lot of stuff to cover today. We won't give spoilers, but Teach has a segment, which I agree is going to be an amazing segment.
We're going to do that right now.
You should do that right now. Because I'm dying to know what happens.
Okay, yeah. Sure. I'm sure.
So, cue it up.
You're a jerk and it's your week. You really outdid yourself. Like a crazy super jerk.
All right, you're the jerk of the week.
Jerk of the week, you bastard.
The Teach and David whenever he has one too.
I was like, yeah. Today,
there's a lot of jerks.
Week, yeah, I was like, this week, nobody in particular, So you got the floor.
This week's jerk is once again, who was also last week's jerk. It just wasn't a segment, but
he's earned his own spot.
Double. He's jerk squared. My upstairs neighbor. So last I left you guys, we had an agreement. When did we meet? We met up on Wednesday last week.
Wednesday, yeah.
So Mrs. Teach had went and balled up and fucking laid her dick down on the table,
You're paying for it.
Yeah, and they were real responsive to it. And so we thought, we got this taken care of. So the next day, Thursday, she was supposed to come and give up the money, Mm-hmm. Well, that night, Wednesday night, I got home around, midnight or so. And she was asleep, and I went to go. I kind of passed out because I was drunk. And all I hear is tapping on. She's like, "Get up!" And upstairs, they're going crazy. Like all you hear is yelling and thuds, and yeah, it was intense. I immediately fell back asleep because I could give a whole hearty shit whatever the fuck they're talking about. But I guess Miss Teach stayed up all night. So the next day, she's like, "Oh my God, they were up all night. I heard that they were gonna call the cops, and I heard the door knock at like 4 a.m. their door knock. I think the cops came, this and that." Anyways, the next day their car isn't there. Neither one of their cars are in the parking lot. And we're like, that's interesting. So that night, we're like, Thursday night when we're supposed to get paid. But no car was there. And so we're like, okay, something did go down. I understand that. They do have our number. She forgot to get their number for whatever reason, the heat of the moment. We're like, well, if we don't hear from them by tomorrow, we're going to go through with what we said. Like,
yeah.
We didn't want to, but we're like, we have no idea. They could have, I'm sure they wouldn't leave town over this $400, but at the same time, obviously they're not going to take care of shit. So we need to just go through the channels, so they have to.
What if they're on the run from other people they've broken ears?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, I'm like, you know what? Obviously these people are just crazy and just stupid and worthless and just all around
worthless
garbage. Like just the garbage trash people that live above me.
God damn it.
sorry about it.
No, you're fine.
But I mean, it's the truth. So that Friday, it was like 6 p.m. We fucking waited, and I mean, meanwhile, I'm worrying about Jay's dick being bigger than mine at this point because she went up because I was just gonna be like, oh well, whatever. Like,
if you wanna pay,
okay, like I'll pay for it. Like, so I'm like, you know what? Okay, here's my chance to stand up to. I'm like, babe, we need to call the cops, get that report. And just get this. I'm like, they should be kissing our ass, and if they don't care about it, we're gonna do it this way, so we don't have to worry about them anymore.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so we call a cop, and he comes, and he was just a dick. And I'm not one of those guys that hate the cops, but I am the kind of guy that does realize if I talk to a cop, I am only gonna say what I need to say. Like that's always in my head. Like I'm not trying to be buddy with this cop. I'm not trying to get him on my side. I'm just going to be as formal as I can. And anyways, he gets here and I'm like, all right, do you want to go see the car? He's like, no. He goes, I guess you didn't know that you had 10 days to do this? And I was like, no. I was like, I didn't. I called my insurance because we had to deal with them. They didn't hold it up. They told me to do this. Just following, what my insurance said to do. He goes, he's giving me kind of like a hard time about it, whatever. And then we go to the car and he's like, so what happened? He says he opened the door and busted, and the guy goes, he didn't, there's no way. There's no way. He goes, and the insurance isn't going to cover that. You're going to have to go to small claims court, but whatever, here's your report anyways, right? And I'm like, fuck. See, I'm like, okay, well, we're still going to take the report. We're still going to call the insurance. We do. 9 p.m., his girlfriend comes with the money. With $200, half of the money that we agreed upon. Because the other half would have been this week. And I was like, fuck. Because I'm like, God damn it, if I would have just waited, right? I was like, she was going to pay. Because now in my head, I'm like, because I told her, we already did the claim. And you know what? Here's the 100 you gave me. Because I'm not trying to make money off you. I just want my car fixed. And now that it's going to be a big deal for you with the insurance, just here, go away. But at the same time, like, fuck, what if the insurance doesn't pay? If they say, like, oh, we don't cover that. I still want her to pay. I'm gonna have to go to small claims court or something. But today we got a call and an email for $500.
Oh wow!
to fix it. Either they're gonna send it to one of their places, I guess, if it's close by, or just cut us the check. And the thing is, we actually know the guy that he's gonna do it for $300.
Oh wow!
So if they do cut us the check, we'll get $200.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Is that how that works? Do you have to keep that money? Or
yeah.
You're supposed to send it back. Okay.
No, you get to keep it.
Okay. So the jerk of the week is Kurt, piece of shit, Collier, garbage trash person, motherfucker.
Fuck you, dog.
And appreciate your girlfriend's insurance money. She's a dumbass for fucking you, and you're a dumbass for breathing. So that's my jerk of the week.
Jerk of the week.
Jerk of the week.
Jerk of the week.
Yeah.
Man, fuck you, Kurt.
Yeah, fuck Kurt.
All right, drink to that. Cheers to that, Brody.
Drink.
Plastic cups.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because if y'all don't know this, I have class on Tuesdays. We record on Wednesdays, and I have class Tuesdays, Thursdays. But that's my sleeping day. I mean, 8. It's better than 5. So
true.
You get to sleep in. So I drink on Wednesday nights.
Yeah, man.
Toe up and the flow up.
Yeah. See, well, tomorrow I'm making up just a couple hours again. Tomorrow in the morning, but
you're going to work?
Yeah, just for 4 hours. Because I left early on Sunday. It was so slow.
It's nice when you dictate, though, right? It's like it makes it easier. We're like, I'm here out of my own choosing, so I don't hate my life as much. Like
I could either take the occurrence or I can just make up the hours. But who cares what 4 hours I make up? You
get occurrence like the company kind of thing, like calling in. And if you come in, it'll
even out.
Off.
So it's
that's cool.
Yeah. So
it's good you get the option to do
as long as I make up those 4 hours, they won't care. It's like when besides that, my supervisor is so chill anyway. Yeah. So she's like whatever, as long as you make it up. Like,
we better go. Don't drink too much. Well, drink too much. But
I was like, I'm
just
still
go anyways. Yeah.
I drank almost a whole 6-pack of beer last week. I was like,
I saw that you did.
I left 2. I was courteous for myself for the rest of the week, so I
leave 2.
Just to leave 2. But I ended up drinking both of those the next day anyway. So I was like,
yeah.
But I had massive heartburn the next day, man.
I live off Tums, dude. No, for real. I mean, I buy a thing of Tums like every month.
Man, dude.
tropical ones are my favorite. The Walmart tropical, those are dope. Every morning I take 2.
I have the HEB, the tropical ones in my medicine cabinet right now.
Chew them up. And you know what? When you get smart about it, you start taking them right before you go to bed. So then, in the middle of the night, you don't wake up with that Oscar like that coming up. Like
for real, dude. I wake up and I'm like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
Take a steamy shower.
Getting old,
dude. For real. I'm gonna be 23 in just like a couple weeks.
What are we doing? When is your birthday?
My birthday is Thursday, October 19th.
Oh, okay. So we're still gonna meet up on Wednesday? Or?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Dope. So I'll be the first guy to hang out with you.
I was like, yeah, dude, we're going. It'll be a special edition episode.
A special edition. I gotta think of stuff.
We'll fucking get.
Are we doing anything that week? Are we doing anything that week?
I don't know yet. I've been tossing a couple ideas with Leslie.
Because they're club hoppers, are you? Right?
No,
I mean, I like because I am.
Like. We'll say, oh, we're going to go club hopping or bar hopping. Uh-huh. We go to one bar.
And then it's staying there.
We're just like, eh. Because then we get to like a $20 tab and we're like, man, we're really...
you're not going to the right one.
I was like, we're really blowing it. Well, no, we've been buying a bunch of drinks, but we're like, man, we're already at $20. Like,
$20? That ain't shit. You got...
We're stingy, dude.
Frugal.
We're frugal.
That's the word.
We're Jewish. But,
That's fucked up.
But who cares?
Who cares? Okay, that segues actually... I dropped an N-bomb the last...
Oh, wow.
The last podcast. It's on record.
You did, yeah.
I did. So, first and foremost, I'll just say that ain't shit of me. Like, that's fucked up. So, like, you'll never hear me say that again. The thing is, just a little context, but it still doesn't excuse the fact. But
okay.
I mean, I grew up more or less... all over the place, really, but a lot of Southside San Antonio was when I wouldn't say like I totally lived there my whole life, but were big important things like kind of the character building years were kind of there. And even then, when I wasn't there, I was at like Zachary and Taft, which is like the south side of Northside. Like,
yeah.
So I just always grew up with other black people that use that word liberally and didn't mind having other people use it too, which doesn't mean it's okay that these individuals are okay with it, right? And especially for a podcast that can reach so many ears. This giant podcast we have. But the global podcast that we have of Who Cares. But I listened to it and I thought, that just is not what I'm trying to convey. So my apologies, and I get it, and it won't happen again.
It's okay, man. No. We forgive you. We forgive you, Teach.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would suck too if my students ever heard that. That would just be horrible.
Oh, Mr. Teach said.
Ooh, that would be the end of a career right there.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, but I get you on that. I used to say it a lot when I was in middle school and everything, and like high school and whatnot. And I said it with my friends too, and they would be like,
"Well, and we're in this. It sounds funny, but we're in the South." And so you feel maybe other people like
it's looser.
I feel like in the Midwest and the North, it's like a really stringent thing where and people from there too, black people especially, are really like it's a really dividing factor, and it is. It's not that it's not or that it's not here either. It is, but the circles I've always been with, I've never had an issue, and I throw it around a lot, with my friends, like when I'm just hanging out. And it's not really, not that it isn't a big deal, but for me and in my world, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But obviously on this platform, it's a very big deal. It's just not good. So
it's okay, man.
Yeah.
The fans still love you, man.
Yeah, good. I will always be getting very drunk on these. So
yeah, it's like.
So if it does come out again. David will whip my ass, on
I'll spank
podcast.
him. Yeah. I'll spank him on the show.
It'll turn into a kink podcast.
And then all you just hear is just...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not that firm, but yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it will be firm.
My ass is pretty jiggly.
To teach you a lesson. Man.
Yeah, so that came from the juice slur. That's why I
the juice slur.
The stingy juice that you and Lizzie said you were.
Juice. The stingy Jews. Oh.
Jews. Yeah, like, that's what
people call with that. Like I always call myself a Jew because I have a big nose, and people always called me Jew.
You know they have a Jew nose though.
Thank you, but it was either one of two ways. People would be like, "Oh yeah, you're Jewish, right?" Like automatically assume I'm Jewish. are like are people are like, hey, are you Jewish? Like people question
because the Jewish nose even has this, and this sounds bad, but a crook. I mean, you know, that hook.
Yeah,
it does. It really does.
It does.
I mean, it really.
And
does.
there, because we were talking about 4chan earlier, there's a meme on 4chan where it's like a Jewish guy and he's like this, and he has a big old. He's like.
Yeah. Nazi propaganda is like all about that
Yeah.
guy. But again, it's very pronounced, and you do have a pronounced nose, but. And I do
it's
too.
Big. No, like
mine comes from Puerto Rican background because that's my lips too. And then my light skin is my Spanish background. But the Jewish thing, like I have a friend that he's German actually, and you know obviously that's a big mosh podge of that going on. And he's got a very pronounced
Germans have pretty
Jewishy looking nose.
Well, like do you know the wrestler Triple H?
He
has a huge nose and he's German.
Does he have the box more like it comes out and down?
Kind of. Look up a picture of him right now. Like, let's look up a picture of Triple H.
Let's check it out.
But it's like Triple H 2017. But
has it changed?
All right. Well, no,
it's become Jewier since his early years.
But no, but yeah, people always automatically assumed I was Jewish, and people will call me Junos and
this is fucked up.
Yeah, I was like, you know, kids how kids are.
Yeah, he does. He does. You can tell right there. If you could see his profile, I bet you it goes right there. And then
try to see it if you see it from the side.
Let me see if I can find a profile.
Like Triple H side pic.
It's funny because back in the day, your profile picture was a side picture, but if you put that now, it's like a Facebook. Let's just do that. See what
Triple H profile,
and then images.
The fans at home are loving this.
I bet you here we go. See how
that's
how
recent.
It comes out right there.
Yeah,
that is a Jewish nose.
Triple H confirmed.
Yeah.
Jew.
Star David.
Is that a K-pop guy that popped up?
Triple H K-pop band. I've never heard of it.
Me neither. I just imagine a K-pop band singing Triple H's theme song.
I don't know what here's another.
It's time to play the game.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, I know, man. But me, I'm just so obsessed with wrestling.
You are.
I love it.
Well, we love you for it.
John Cena retired, officially retired.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Has he been wrestling? I don't know.
Yeah, dude. He just wrestled this past Sunday at No Mercy.
Oh, no shit. I remember seeing him on
Because
he came over that one time.
It was like he does all these other movies and shit. It's like he's barely in WWE, so
he's going the Rock kind of trajectory.
But he was trying to convey that he's not the Rock. Like WWE is still his home. He'll never show up. He goes, I'll never show up. Once every other year or so, and say I'm back and then leave. But what he's been doing this past year, The Rock would leave, come back for a month. Get into verbal arguments with people and then bounce for 4 years.
It's not even believable if he would come back though, right? Because he's so
exactly.
He's such a nice guy now. He was a dick when he first came out, right? He was always
the Rock?
Starting shit.
Yeah. He was always the bad guy, the heel. Technical term. Yeah, that's what they call bad guys in the industry.
What would he say? He'd be like what did he say?
He would be like,
no one cares what you have to say.
It does not matter what you think.
That shit was funny. Yeah, I like that shit.
He was the best.
Drink break.
So speaking of sports, we'll get into this one right now.
Yeah. That one.
So there's two things going on. There's the NFL and the NBA. Let's talk, because I know you're going to need a smoke break soon.
You know this.
I know
you
this.
You see it in my eyes.
I see it in your eyes.
You see the cigarette butt in my eye.
So let's tackle the NBA one first.
Okay.
So this past week.
Well, okay.
Get it? Tackle.
Yeah.
But so the Golden State Warriors, like any sports team ever, if you win the championship, you get invited to the White House to meet the president. They get a glorified jersey with their name on it. Yada yada yada. Oh, you're an honorary whatever. So
we already won the championship. So.
Exactly. So a perfect example, the Patriots, they won the Super Bowl. They went. Majority of the team went because they're Trump supporters. But what? But Trump who? What?
We just call him the 46th, 48th. What is it?
He's the 45th, 46th.
45th.
Who knows?
Who cares?
But so the Golden State Warriors got invited to the White House. Steph Curry said he didn't want to go because he obviously doesn't support Trump.
Right.
So Donald Trump said, none of y'all can come. Your invitation has been rescinded.
Petty Betty making spaghetti. Mr.
And
Trump.
he tweeted it. He really got to them. He tweeted
that
it.
Twitter feed just needs to... He needs to calm down with that.
I'm like...
But okay, and the tweet said, Steph... How does he do it? Steph Curry hesitated in a huge way. No, man, I'm ad-libbing. Hugely.
You don't understand.
Procrastinated.
Steph Curry.
The invite. So it was like, what are you saying? So like he said he I forgot what I was saying.
He said something about Steph Curry.
The tweet was about Steph Curry hesitating, and then
he rescinded.
Now they can't go.
Coming.
No one can come. It's a huge mistake.
I don't want huge. My hands are huge.
Huge.
I don't want you guys here.
You're making too much of an H sound. It's huge.
Huge.
It's with the Y.
Huge. But it's
Yeah.
like, who fucking cares? It's like, you
Like,
really...
that is the epitome.
I was like, but
Who cares? Like,
one, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, one, I get to meet the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
Well, because I'm a Spurs fan and I'm still salty about
Fuck
the
Golden State
playoff.
Warriors anyway,
Fuck the Warriors.
Hey, good for Steph Curry for starting that. I don't care, but
I was like, yeah.
I hate Steph Curry though.
I was like, I hate him. I hate his wife. I hate his kid.
Knock that fucking mouth guard out of his fucking face every time.
Get
he
his
takes a free throw. I
teeth
just wanna
straightened.
Slap it out. Just be like, just like.
Oh, and he's all
Get
like,
that.
no.
Yeah, when he's doing his free throws, I'm like, just fuck you. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Bite your tongue, asshole.
Yeah, just get that out of here.
It's like, it was like, you know, if it's like both ends. Steph Curry, oh man, I gotta meet Donald Trump. If I was Donald Trump, oh man, I gotta meet Steph Curry and Draymond Green and Klay Thompson.
As Trump?
Like, yeah,
Are
like
you
as
saying
Trump,
like Trump is
like
you're
damn
saying
it.
Trump just didn't want to meet the Golden State Warriors, so he made this deal with that?
Yeah. If Trump was a Spurs fan, I gotta meet
Oh my
Draymond Green.
God.
I gotta meet Zaza Pachulia for kicking out Kawhi Leonard.
God. I don't even think he gives a shit. He's just a shithead, and that's the problem. He's
just
one
a
of those
shithead.
garbage trash people we were talking about earlier. Like,
You're the jerk of the week.
he said, yeah.
my
He
jerk of the
almost
week.
was the jerk of the week, but then I thought it was just too broad. It's just
He's everybody's jerk.
because
of
I
the
was like,
week.
we could probably do it every week if that ends up happening.
If something new comes out.
Donald
every
Trump
week.
is the honorary jerk of the week at this podcast. Is what I'm saying.
I
know-
agree.
Okay,
Here,
you don't
here.
have to, but yes.
Yeah, gavel
Done.
together. And who cares official?
Who cares?
But yeah.
So I think Trump and his fucking Twitter feed and that whole thing is just silly. It's just silly. Like,
well, like Obama had a Twitter, but he never really tweeted. Like I actually followed Obama on Twitter. Like it was
I'm that same friend with the Junos. I'm gonna not this doesn't mean anything about it.
Right.
His family's very Trump oriented, and he's more he calls himself a libertarian. So they tend to be more conservative, more or less than liberal, but at the same time they never like the conservative party either. So they whatever. But he always kind of backs Trump up every time. And I was like, the Twitter feed is just so unpresidential of someone. I mean, like, I know we all have Twitter, but, you know, you usually have someone taking care of that shit for you, you know, like
he has a guy
liking the porn sites or whatever. You know,
Ted Cruz.
But see, all these podcasts go together. How we kind of relate.
They're linked.
I got a web going here. It's a spider's web of knowledge here. No, but his reasoning was Trump with his presidency, he wants the government to be transparent as much as he can. So he tweets everything because it's his like way of because if he does everything just political, you only hear one way or the other after it's been through all these channels versus from Twitter straight from his mouth.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, in the way it's presented is like this admirable way Trump's trying to make the government transparent to the everyday people, which in that concept isolated by itself is a good concept, but the way he's going about it to me is all wrong. It is good to have a Twitter and to voice opinions, but you still have to be presidential with shit. Like, you know what I mean? You can't keep saying fucking sad and wrong. Pathetic, yeah.
It's like, we don't care who you voted for in Dancing with the Stars, man.
Right,
Just like,
yeah.
Help people get their health care, keep their health care.
Quit talking about the NBA or the NFL or
who does what.
Yeah, you know what I
like,
mean? Like, Rosie O'Donnell, whatever the fuck he's talking about.
I was like, she hasn't been relevant in like 20 years anyway.
I don't think you brought it. I just remember that feud they had.
Yeah.
They hated each other, but
she's a pig.
yeah. You're pretty good.
I was like,
And then Trump,
I try, man.
Trump, yeah.
I try.
Yeah.
But like with the whole NBA thing, like, and everybody was behind Golden State, like, well, fine, whatever, like, that's fine, like, we don't have to go.
Yeah.
Kind of proving, like, we don't have to go anyway, like, you know, whatever, you're doing us a favor. We don't have to go to force being, you know, picture perfect with y'all and everything like that. And they had so much support from other NBA players and NBA organizations.
I'm sure.
Greg Popovich is a huge, you know, hater of Trump. Like, he, you know, Greg Popovich talks like a fucking politician. Like, I love Pop. Yes, Popovich, yes, for sure.
And Pop we trust.
Yes, sir. That's my Lord and Savior, Greg Popovich.
Yeah, mine too.
He's brought so much happiness to San Antonio. He should be mayor.
Amen.
For real, dude. But like like the funny thing is, like, Greg Popovich makes more sense than a lot of these fucking politicians anyway, and like he just knows basketball, like. But like, and that's funny. Like he goes.
Isn't our nation just one team?
One team.
Isn't life just one basketball game?
America.
Isn't he not the most qualified person to talk about
to coach us? The president.
All I'm saying.
Right. But it's like, people go out of their way to ask him about politics at NBA press conferences, and then he gets riled up.
And Greg Popovich, from a team that's so unscandalous, you know, we're so a safe, you know, with all
we don't have dirty players. We don't do anything.
Yeah,
it's like,
and then our coach is like the most political, and it's still not even like crazy liberal gibberish. It's like coherent.
He's just
well
like
thought concepts.
He doesn't post his, like, he doesn't promote his political views. He just says, hey, no, we have problems. Yeah.
When he's asked about it. Like Greg Popovich, who's the coach of a basketball team that has access to Twitter, acts more presidential than fucking Trump.
Exactly.
With his fucking Twitter. Like, you know what I'm
For
saying?
real, dude. It's like, I don't know. But I'm just like, nah, fuck Zaza Pachulia. Who cares?
Oh my god. I still have my voodoo doll. You know they made a rule in the game now because
the Zaza Pachulia rule.
Yes.
You can't if they're something about being boxed out or whatever, you can't stick your foot in
like in an unnatural way or something.
It's gonna be a flagrant.
Good. Now he won't have a career.
I was like, because he's a dirty fucking player, dude. I hate Zaza Pachulia. I was so mad.
So about the Greg Popovich, right? Here's this thing about Obama haters or Trump supporters, which to me are synonymous, but I suppose they don't have to be.
Right? Yeah.
But there's someone close in my life. I won't mention who it is, but it's interesting because Greg Popovich came out and said, you know, we're kind of an embarrassment out in the world right now.
No, yeah, we're the laughing stock of the world.
Yeah. I think he did use the phrase "an embarrassment." He
said something. Yeah.
Because of how Trump's been conducted, and I was out of the country right after Trump got inaugurated, and I remember everyone was like, "What is going on with what was that?" And I was like, "He got voted in." They were like, "How?" And I was like, "Well, the people really didn't vote him in. He won by electoral college, not popular vote." And they're like, "So there's no point in voting." I was like, "Well, like, yes." I'm like, we're still figuring that out back there. So I don't know how I'm gonna explain this to you. So, but anyways, this person, Greg Popovich, said that, and as soon as it was posted, he posted, my close person to me was like, Greg Popovich. Did he really just say that? We're an embarrassment? Like, how? It was something they said, like, how could you think so less of your own country? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's unpatriotic or it's un-American.
He was in the military.
Now, here's the thing. When Obama was president, and I remember sitting outside smoking, you know, cigars or cigarettes with him, he'd be like, Obama making us an embarrassment to the world. The other countries are laughing at us. It wasn't a problem for him to say that when it was Obama, because he just didn't like Obama. But when Greg Popovich says that about our nation now because it's Trump, what? How could you ever say that or think that? No, even if you don't like the president, you don't have to think we're an embarrassment. Like, he said the same shit. Like,
right, yeah.
That's just so, I don't know. I feel like that's a big trend with, like I said, Trump supporters / Obama haters.
Yeah. No, I feel you, and it's like like on my side, on my end, it's like with the politics and stuff. I know I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for him.
You didn't vote for anyone, did you?
I was like, I voted.
I'm gonna call you out.
I was like, I voted for Hillary.
Did you?
Yeah, I voted for Clinton.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you actually went out and voted.
Yeah, I voted. I did early voting. And whatchamacallit, because there's a website, and there was a website still at the last election that I used. It was the same exact website that kind of breaks it down, because I don't follow politics 24/7.
When you started that other podcast, we talked about this, and you said you didn't vote either way. You said you didn't vote. I remember.
I didn't talk about it with that guy that I was on the podcast with.
It was a single one. It was a live feed.
It was a single one?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I promise you. I remember.
Okay.
I remember I was ready for this conversation. I thought you were going to be like, oh, I didn't vote either way.
No, I believe you.
I was going to cheat your ass out about it, too. But.
No, I voted for Clinton. Like, I don't care. Because there's a website that broke it down, like, when it came really down to just Clinton and Trump, like, maybe, like, a few weeks before, like, early voting was tried or whatever, it talked about every political stance they had on, like, every single topic. On tax, budget cuts, healthcare, schools, this, and that. I read every single thing, and, like, it was, like, a non-biased website. It was, like, these are the facts. And everything like that. And then on Donald Trump's side, it had a lot of like, but he rescinded this comment. He said he didn't make this comment. Proof is here. You know, like, cause you know they talked a lot about it on CNN about like, oh well, you said this on Twitter. Oh, my Twitter shouldn't be involved in politics.
yeah.
It's like, oh, like that's not part of the campaign.
Oh my god.
And it's like, so
and
like
everything. Anyways.
And yeah, the Hillary Clinton thing had a lot of the emails and kind of shady stuff on her part. But it's like, with the way she felt about a lot of things, like her stance on gay marriage changed. I'm for gay marriage. Donald Trump is not.
Right.
It's like...
Well, okay, yeah.
I was like, he's not for the...
I mean, he says he's an ally, but is not.
It's like, he's not. His track record...
I mean, I'm just saying as far as what's stated out there, you can find. I mean... And someone out there be like, Trump, you know, is an ally, he's stated that. Like, yeah, but he fucking hates trans people.
Like, yeah.
You know...
So it's like, you know, and I'm a big supporter of equal rights and everything, and, you know, I don't feel, like, the whole immigrant, and this is getting into it, it's like, you know, okay, yeah, I want people to be legal, but should we be hardcore about it? Maybe not to the extent of what Trump's doing.
Right.
Like,
there's a process.
I was like, can we speed up the legalization process? Yes. I was like, there's definitely things that could be worked on that, but to make it tougher for people.
The thing for me that really, because I think it was the age that I'm coming into too. Not like it's old age, but I know it sounds like that. I know I'm fucking young. I'm only 25. But the age ends up being like, it becomes more of a conversation than when you're 18. You're like, fuck, I don't care. Like, I don't care if you don't know if I care or whatever.
Yeah.
Now it's like you really do have to have an opinion to be a part of society. Like,
dude, for real.
You do.
That's the hard thing about it.
It really is our society. But the thing is that, you know, the whole thing was like people didn't trust Hillary on both sides, and then people just didn't like Trump on both sides for the majority. And some people fucking love Trump, and I just don't get. I respect the guy that at least says, I don't like Trump, but I just hated Hillary so much I had to. Like, I will respect that versus I fucking love Trump. I would suck his cock if he gave me a chance right now. Like, that shit's just ridiculous. But anyways, Hillary, Trump, and I'm not very political, so, I mean, the stats were there for as far as Hillary with the Benghazi thing and the emails and, you know, Bill Clinton back in her day. And then Trump was he's just so unpresidential. He's just so not... It's just embarrassing. I still think it's very embarrassing that he's the president of our nation. This is a very dark time of our...
Anybody who's been in the main event of WrestleMania should not be the president. Like, that's my thing.
And then... Bush was like this kind of controversial thing with the whole, because he was kind of redneck-esque, you know, because he's a Texan and this and that. But one of Bush's horses would be a better fucking candidate than Trump. Like, I'd rather our country be like, the first country with the horse as the president. Like, I'd rather be that country than the country with Trump as the president. But anyways, the Hillary thing was that I am more on the left. You know, it's a spectrum. It's a spectrum. I am more on the left, and I like their values, and Winston Churchill said, if you make it to 20 and you're not a liberal, you have no heart. But then he says if you're not conservative by the time you're 40, I think he says like you're poor or something something fucked up. So I'm not there yet. So I'm liberal, and that's the things I wanted our government to pursue. And Hillary, it's the president doesn't. It's not a king. It's not like him or her get to make
every
decisions.
Single rule.
Yeah, it's a whole process. But if that party is in charge, a lot more stuff like that happens.
A lot of their views will be pushed through.
Right. Exactly.
Side, yeah.
So that's why I did it, or why I voted Hillary too, and why I consider myself that.
Now, my ideal candidate was Bernie Sanders. I'm gonna be 100%. That's who I voted for in the primary.
I think we all did. Well,
and I was like,
except for hardcore conservatives and libertarians, because he's a socialist. That's very drink break.
Drink break. I just wanted we the people. Like,
just wanted a Jew in the office. I'm just saying. I think it was our time. We had a black guy.
And it all circles back, man.
Like,
And it'd be cool too to say like, oh yeah, I witnessed the first female president.
That too.
That'd have been cool. I'm not saying that's the only reason why I voted for her, but that's
right.
Yeah.
Our country was on such a progressive path.
It was.
And it's gone like 10 steps back.
But we have the first Cheeto as president now.
We do.
We have the first person with the Jersey Shore tan.
I'd still prefer the horse than a Cheeto.
But he would say nay to everything.
Well, I guess it's the same. You're right. So they're equivalent. So
nothing would get done.
Although they do say, my friend did mention that the way politics tends to work is that liberals tend to get a lot of stuff going, but it takes a long time because the government is it's more left. More right. It really just has a lot more conservatives in there. I mean, politicians, they have a lot of money. Of course, a lot of them are usually keep the money here. And versus the liberal, it's going to be like, let's share the wealth. You just don't see that so often. So a lot of stuff, when the liberals are in office, it's very slow because they can't get everyone to agree to do these things. Versus when the conservatives in the office, things get done really quick because everyone's kind of on board. But at the same time, when you have this liberal in office, even though maybe in the next presidency or the one after that, but like 10 years down the line, something that got in the works has been, and not changed, but it really does help. And by the time it gets there, the conservatives in office then get it done. They just finish it off because by that point, it's this concept that, everyone can agree on now. We've been talking about so much that just needs to happen. And the Conservative Party is like, well, I'm on board because he's saying it too, so let's do it. Versus if a liberal brings up this new thing, it's like, well, I don't want to give up this and that, and I like my pension and all that. So
my pension.
Whatever. I need a smoke break.
Alrighty. And then when we get back...
Smoke break?
Smoke break. When we get back, we'll get into the kneeling. I think that's the main topic.
Wow, we really got off. This is going to be an hour and a half podcast.
Right.
There's no way.
Well, people love listening to us anyway.
They love it. They love it.
I was like, we have 19 views, and it goes based upon listening to the whole thing.
Does it really?
Yeah, it goes. Yeah, because I tried it with mine.
I didn't know that.
I tried because
I thought I was like, oh yeah, people clicked on it. 19 different people clicked on this link.
No, because I tested it with my metal podcast, and I listened to it twice in its entirety, and it would count it as 2 views. And I tried it as just like clicking on it, watching like 10 minutes. Views didn't change.
Oh,
so 19 people listened
to the whole
thing.
Wow. I listened to it and I was like, of course I was like, we're hilarious. But then Mrs. Teach was there with me because I was like, oh, I'm going to listen to my podcast because I just want to hear, you want to hear what you say and how
it comes across.
Right. Was like doing well with that. And she was sitting there listening to her too because she was there and she was like, I could see myself listening to this, because, I don't know, I guess maybe because she knows us too, but I think we're approachable. I think it's like I don't know, I need to smoke.
Right. Alrighty. Who cares? We'll be right
back.
And we're back. Alright, just before we left, we got really political. We got really deep, but
we're gonna keep getting political.
I was like, we're about the politics train is rolling on.
Yeah.
So now we're getting into the main topic that everyone's been talking about for the whole week, and since the beginning of the season,
even before then.
It's like, but here it's gotten more notoriety now.
Here is a thing too that I feel like maybe me and you may or may not differ because we don't know. We're gonna hash this out right now, and I think that's okay though too.
I was like, I'm not gonna argue. Let's just see what happens.
Yes. And as a viewer or a listener listening to this, again, this is a space where both opinions, and I always try to get both opinions too.
Yeah.
So, if you're for or against whatever we have to say, if we do agree or not, it's all good.
Who knows?
Who cares?
Let us know. comment what your thoughts are.
Tell us.
There's no dumb questions or comments or nothing. So the kneeling.
The kneeling.
Players are protesting not the national anthem. Players are kneeling.
Yes.
And it all started with Colin Kaepernick a while back.
Yeah.
Man, I want to say almost 2 seasons ago because he didn't.
Was it 2 seasons? I thought it was last season.
He didn't play last season though.
Oh really?
Yeah, because he hasn't played football because he got fired from the San Francisco 49ers. Not fired. I don't know. Maybe it was the beginning of last season.
I thought they just didn't re-sign him this season.
Yeah, I think it was just this season.
He did it last season. He made
because when he grew up the fro.
He grew up the fro. He did it last season. And it was a big thing, and then this season he couldn't sign.
It grew.
No one would sign him.
It grew over the years. So yeah, it was last season. You're right. But Colin Kaepernick was taking a stand against the the equality injustice.
Here, my understanding of it is that it's not defying the anthem. It's not shitting on it. It's not on the flag. It's not on our country
it's not to the veterans,
as a whole.
It's
a peaceful protest of bringing awareness of the inequality that Colin Kaepernick at the time felt was against black people in our country.
And the police officers.
And the police brutality against black people. And this was his way of saying, not that he doesn't support our country, but that he's not standing at the anthem in the sense that
he doesn't feel the country is for him. He doesn't feel the country is there for him. That's why he was doing it.
And to me, even in the respect of football, you take a knee symbolically when someone gets hurt. I remember playing football.
Yeah, no, you're right.
In school, and when someone gets hurt, the whole team takes a knee. Everyone on the field takes a knee. You don't even know what's going on. Yeah. Sometimes you just someone got hurt, you take a knee. Right? You take a knee because you have to. Taking that knee stops everything and reevaluates the playing field. Like, what's going on? Someone's hurt. We need to stop everything.
Make sure they're okay.
Address this individual or whoever and make sure they're okay. And to me, it's a very symbolic way of saying for the country. I'm taking a knee during the anthem because there's a genre of
someone is hurting,
and we're going to stop everything and assess that. So.
Mm-hmm. So, and that's how it started, and that's what a lot of players were doing, because it was mostly African American players that were.
Were they doing it last season?
Yeah, they were.
Okay.
And it wasn't as consistent, but it didn't start firing up until the beginning of this season.
Because now this season, whole teams are doing it.
Yeah, whole teams are doing it. White and black players are doing it, but now.
And they're doing it strategically now.
Mm-hmm. But people now are putting their political views into it. Some players have said, I'm kneeling because I don't support Donald Trump and I don't support the country for voting for him and stuff like. Now it's getting very political. Now it's getting more as far as like actual politics
since the original.
Yes, and I remember when I first heard about it, I was like, what the like. Well, because like at first glance, I'm like, man, kneeling during the national anthem. I was like, you're supposed to be standing and everything. But when I found out. And everything, heard what Colin Kaepernick was doing it for, that makes sense. I understand where he's coming from.
When I first heard about it, I don't remember, I didn't feel a way about it in the sense that I felt like things were being, like a disrespectful aspect. I don't remember feeling that either. Like, it was this disrespectful thing, but it got kind of twisted into that. Like, you would see a lot of things where it's like, kneeling during the anthem was so disrespectful. But I don't know, when I first heard kneeling during the national anthem because of this, I was like, oh, this is something going, like it's starting something. Not like someone's like burning a flag. Like if you hear someone's burning a flag, you're like, fuck, that's like, that's really intense. Extreme. Like they really hate the country. They really hate whatever it stands for. Kneeling during the national anthem at a football game as an NFL player didn't come off that way, but it seemed like a lot of people took it that way. Like it was equivalent to burning a flag and like pissing on it or something.
And so like, and when I'm at sporting events, because I'm pretty sure have you been to Spurs games before? They do I stand for the national anthem, wearing a hat. I take off the hat, put it over my chest and everything, because I come from a military background family. My father, my grandfather, my uncle, my cousins. I have tons of family members in there. So I understand that. I support troops, support military and everything because I come from that background.
Yeah, same.
If wherever I'm at, I stand, I put my heart over my chest, do what I stop what I'm doing. Yeah, hand over my chest and do it. When I'm at home watching sports, I don't pay attention to it. I don't put my hand over my chest at the sport event. I was like, I do that. I was like, I like doing that. But,
which is fine.
But my thing is, because a lot of people now, the people that sit at home and watch the games, they don't support our country. This is anti-America. This is this and that. I'm like, okay, what were you doing during the national anthem?
Yeah.
Taking a piss. Getting your snacks. Yeah. I was like, I posted something on Facebook that talked about like nobody pays attention to the national anthem. It's like unless there's some famous person singing the national anthem, but that's only at like the Super Bowl.
And that's because it's like a performance. So
exactly. So it's like it's like I don't know. Like I'm just like nobody watches it at home.
I'm trying to think too. I don't go to a lot of sporting events, but the ones I have been to, and I was like caught in line. Not me being like specifically, I'm gonna go do this because it's just the national anthem, but it like started while I was still in line. I want to say, I mean, nothing stops at the concessions line. Like you can still go buy your pretzel and Coke. Like they're still gonna. They might get quiet. Everyone gets quiet, and it's kind of like, oh, can I get a pretzel and Coke? Like. The person just kind of does it without saying anything because it's the national anthem, but nothing stops. Like, what I mean? It's like this big, giant thing. Yeah. Like, business still goes on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's not that
big. The people that are there, I'm like, man, I'm just waiting for the game to start. Like, like that's my thing is like, you can't really say it's anti-America because they're doing it. They're doing it to prove a point, to start a movement. But at the same time, the people in the stands, they're there to like, okay, come on. I'm ready for the game to start. I want to see my team win.
We inject the national anthem into sporting events because it's such a big venue of a society. So many people gather. The country injects that in there so that we can try to gain this
support.
Sense of
USA.
Like remember, we're all a big but
we all play for the same team.
The
America
game isn't really about that. We just our society just kind of does that, and a lot of societies, all countries probably I'm sure do that. So.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, and I get it. Like same thing. Like if there's a Canadian player in basketball, they do both the Canadian national anthem.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, like when Steve Nash played basketball and stuff. Anytime, and I was there when we played the Phoenix Suns one time.
Wait, just for him?
Yeah, they played it. Yeah, pretty much. Really? Like because he's a Canadian player. They have to
meant
include
like the Raptors or something. If they're a player, they're gonna play.
Well, they do play the Canadian.
I bet it doesn't make no damn sense to me. They're having the Raptors in the NBA. Like it's the National Basketball Association. Like
I don't know.
What are the Toronto Raptors doing in there?
But no, like the whole kneeling thing. It's like I don't like the idea of people kneeling during the national anthem. But it's
you feel a way about that?
What's up?
You feel a way about that?
Not that I feel a way. It's just like I don't know, because I'm just so conditioned to always think national anthem stand, support it.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just so like I'm not used to that. But I'm like at the same time I'm like I'm not gonna be like man fuck those guys. I'm not watching the football anymore. Like man fuck them. I'm just like.
To me,
I don't know.
Kneeling to me is even more subservient than standing. Like, and that's not just because I like Game of Thrones. Like, the bend the knee.
God damn it.
But to be honest, you don't know that yet, right? You still don't really get that. Yeah, you need to watch that. You need to catch up, man.
I do.
You really do. I was about to throw a word that we discussed not to talk about.
No. Especially not during this segment.
Yeah. Yeah. No kidding. Kneeling to me is even more sincere. So, for a player that is paid to be out on the field during the national anthem, to take that knee, I mean, it really just doesn't come... To me, what would be disrespectful is if he stood out there with, like, the flag upside down or something. Like, if he pulled out a flag out of his pocket and, like, went upside... like, the whole, upside down flag is, like, what is it? It's, like, in state of emergency. Like, that would be, like... that would be way extreme because it's like we're not like in a war. You don't really need that much help to fly a flag
or he pulls like a
on this platform. Or if he like sat down or like if he and just sat on his ass like with his legs out and like just like patted the ground or something like while the national anthem was like, that would be disrespectful. Or like he went and like
he did something to interrupt it or
like threw a middle finger out there and walked away or something like that would, to me, bending the knee, I'm gonna say it like that now, bending the knee during the national anthem seems actually very, God, I'm like, that is like the essence of the American spirit. Like, that is a way to say, during this time when we cherish our country with the national anthem, I am still present and I am still it's even still like I'm still within this country. I guess I won't say subservient, but I am still part of this country, but I am expressing a difference that I feel that we need to address. Mm-hmm. And I'm bending, I'm kneeling down because of this fallen player group, ethnicity,
Exactly.
People that don't feel that they're being heard or this and that. I think it's very patriotic, to be honest. And there's people that probably think it's very, obviously as soon as they see it, they think it's very disrespectful and just unheard of. But I think it's a very good way of going about it. Even
it's raising awareness, and
yes.
like that's what I've always agreed with. And like I said, I have a lot of military, personnel. I have a lot of military family members.
You're on work mode. And you're like,
yeah, dude, for real. I'm like, but
you're like, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I'm still there.
Yeah, for real. I'm still all lingo-y.
Yeah.
But like my dad is a veteran. My dad was in the Air Force for many years and everything, and I out of curiosity just asked him because my family and a lot of people that I know, a lot of people that I associate with, just aren't really like outspoken on things. Like not so much outspoken, I should say, but like they don't get charged up easily, I should say. They don't get riled up, for something or against something. So that's my dad. I was like, hey dad, I was like, I was like, how do you feel about this whole kneeling thing? I was like, you being a veteran every month, I said, I don't fucking care. He goes, I'm trying to watch football. Yeah. And it's like, and I have some family members that I've seen on Facebook post their hatred against the players kneeling. But a lot of people that I'm seeing are posting stuff, which will tie into work I'm about to bring up right now, is that people are getting mad at the thing about the people that haven't been in the military, the people that don't have family members in the military. I see a lot of people that those are the ones that are saying it's anti-America. I have tons of military friends on Facebook and everything that I see that are making memes out of the kneeling. That are like, who fucking cares? The people that are sharing I have two friends that are in the Navy that tweeted out #take a knee. So it's like I know more military people that are for it than against it, because when it comes to that whole freedom of speech thing, they have the freedom of speech to do that, but it's like but it's so touchy.
It's because the people that are in the my dad was military, and I mean I grew up military, like we moved around and I lived on bases and shit. And then Mrs. Teach, she's from Korea, came because of the military through her stepdad, and she grew up. She went to high school on base, middle school and high school on Lackland Air Force Base.
Nice.
So every one of her friends are military, and associately, I've made friends with all of them too. They're all military. I mean, they either military family or became military. And the thing is that when you are military and you're very, it's your lifestyle as military, things like that can, not always, but for a lot of people, it's just kind of funny because it's like people that are not close to the military are they have such this deep respect for it, which is great, but they don't know a lot about it and how I feel like people think that if you're in the military, like your life is on the line every day, which it's true for a lot of military, but at the same time, there's a really, really I would almost say even more population of military that are not really out on battle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's, even within our military, the 4 branches, Marines and Army are the ones that really deal with combat more. Not that they all don't. Navy and Air Force do too.
Yeah.
But Marines and Army, they see a lot more action than the Army and the Navy do, because the Navy's not as big as it was in the 17th century. And the Air Force, it's a lot of smart guys having to deal with stuff.
The chair force, what a lot of people call it.
They're dealing with a lot of they're doing
aeronautics
all the,
and
they're paying everyone's bills. They're doing all the tax stuff, for the whole military. So there's a lot of population that doesn't. So when you know that the big majority of the population of the military isn't really doing that, it's just a job. I don't, not to sound disrespectful, but
no,
it is just like it's another job. Just like everyone else, they all have a boss. They all have coworkers. They still like to, a lot of them like to go out and drink or smoke weed or this and that. They got to be a little more strategic about it. But versus the person that has no military background or ties, they're like, every one of these, servicemen are breaking their necks. And they are, because they have signed that if they need to, they will. So they're right. But it doesn't always happen that way. Mm-hmm. So when they see this, they get really up in arms about it because they're like, they've hold it so close. It's so close to them, like what the military is. Versus when you're in the military and you see how it really is just, a very normal type of job, more or less. It becomes a way about it. And they don't really have to say.
Like there's a cartoon that I've seen a lot of, especially that circulated a lot when Kaepernick first started doing it. It was a cartoon of Kaepernick sitting down on a bench, and then like he had like fans behind him saying like, our servicemen and women have died, for this country. You need to stand up. And then it has like on the other side it has two like drawn army soldiers or like two like soldiers. And it says, actually, we fight for his right to do that.
I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, we fight for his right to do whatever he wants. Yes. It's like...
I think it's very patriotic. It's very... The fact that he's doing this, and then, subsequently, other teams are doing this now, they're taking initiative. They're taking a side, which... It's patriotic. You take a side. Like, that's what's good about the country. You take a side and you fight for it. And that's how we came to be. You know what I mean? Like, if you go all the way back, we have, like, the loyalists and I forget the rest. The loyalists are the ones that...
king.
Yeah, I feel like the people that are, like, so up in arms about kneeling, they would be the loyalists back in King George Day, and be like, you can't do that, Mother England gave us this, you can't go away, you need to stand up for, the British flag. That's them saying the same thing. The people that really made this country were, and this sounds, we might get an email now if somebody hears this. Those people are Kaepernick, you know what I mean? The people that are doing it, because you're making a stand, you're making a statement, and they're not even being that aggressive and extreme about it. They're kneeling during their paid NFL game that means nothing in light of government. Like, just to say, hey, shit's going on. It's very patriotic, if you ask me.
And that's what I liked about especially this past Sunday. Was that Donald Trump started saying any player that kneels should be fired. These owners need to fire them. But what did every team do? Lock arms, kneel,
the
coaches, owners, everybody supported. Like, no,
the Dallas Cowboys, the nation's team. You know what I'm saying?
The country's team.
They're the country's team.
Jerry Jones, one of the biggest Donald Trump supporters,
all took a knee.
Exactly. So it's like...
Very patriotic. I mean, that is unity against something that is oppressive.
And that's what I love. And I love how every team showed that, like, no, we're going to support our players regardless of what their views are. If they want to knee, they can knee. If they want to sit, they can sit. If they want to stand, they can stand. Who cares? Like, the teams are like, we're here because we're a team.
Yes.
We're together. We're not going to separate each other because of views and stuff. But then that caused a domino effect. Now fans are really lashing out against the NFL. That the NFL doesn't have a view on this.
Right, they want to boycott it.
And I'll tell you this. The CEO of Nationwide, because I work for Nationwide.
Oh!
Yeah, I don't care. I was like...
You're getting a letter of resignation tomorrow?
Nobody even knows. So it's like...
well,
it's on my it's on my Facebook.
And the CEO listens every Thursday.
True. But it's like, well, no, I'm about to say good stuff about the CEO.
Oh, okay,
it's like
great.
Like they posted like, if people are calling in to cancel their policies, people are calling in to report the Nationwide to
the garbage trash people.
Yeah, the garbage trash people.
Just play it.
It's like
you're just ignorant. You're not garbage trash people. You're just ignorant.
It's like they're calling in to report the company and try to like make us feel bad for the NFL kneeling. They're like, oh, you guys are an official sponsor of the NFL and stuff.
They want you to break away from that?
They want us to break... Yeah, people are calling the customer service center
the most potent
like
source of authority that controls.
Because we're the ones that does everything.
They all make all the decisions. Yeah,
we're the ones that send ID cards. They're the ones that have to.
That are on their. They get sent to their email.
Yeah, it's like they're the ones that need to do this. Yeah. It's like, yeah, we've been getting calls, and we've been getting such a high volume of these calls that the CEO and the company's like, no, like, we don't, like, we respect everybody's opinions, but if people are calling in to complain about the company, transfer them over to the Office of Customer Advocacy to let them file a formal complaint. Like, that's on them. And it's like, and people are boycotting USAA, people are boycotting Papa John's, people are boycotting all these companies because of their ties to the NFL. And I'm like,
it's a business.
The stupidest one that I saw, and I will say it's stupid because a bar...
Well, will you say it's stupidest? I don't know if that's a word.
The stupidest?
I like it.
The dumbest?
Yeah, the dumbest.
The dumbest thing that I saw. I don't know if it was in Texas or where it was located, but it was a bar, a sports bar, posted that we will no longer be showing NFL games.
Yeah.
We will no longer be showing NFL games in our establishment.
And they promptly went out of business.
I foresee them going out of business in the upcoming future because I'm like, okay, so, and I'm not saying everybody thinks the way I think. Oh, like, who cares, like, about the kneeling? Because I know, like, I can talk, like, I understand everything, but my honest 100% opinion, I don't care. I'm there to watch football. I'm a sports guy. I'm like, I just want to watch football.
Right.
But, and I know there's a lot of people that still think the same thing. I don't care. I want to watch football. There's people that get together on Sundays.
I think most of the people.
Yeah. People get together. Let's drink, let's eat salty, greasy food, and watch, football at this bar. Oh, wait, we get to this bar. Oh, wait, you guys aren't showing football? Okay. Then you have the regulars that don't have Facebook or anything like that. I come here every single Sunday to watch, if it's in Texas, I come in here every single Sunday to watch the Cowboys or the Texans play. Wait, you guys aren't showing football games? I'm going to take my money elsewhere.
Yeah.
People are going to do that. And then this company's going to be like, oh, shit, damn it. We just fucked ourselves over. And I thought that was so hilarious. I'm like, a sports bar with the like a football as the
in
company
Texas
logo.
That doesn't.
Oh, you're fine.
That
like,
doesn't play
show
football. That's yeah.
It's like good luck on that. But that kind of narrows it down for that. It's like,
well, it can go farther. I don't know if I do want to even touch on it, but the point of it is
touch on it.
Well, because we are going to get into who cares and to we should care. I was thinking too when you're talking about your someone close to you about something about when this happens. Oh, your dad. You're saying your dad was like, I don't feel a way about it, which is great because he shouldn't have to about watching his football. Like that's not what football is for. Mm-hmm. But these people and individuals have used their platform as football players and knowing that it's such a big platform that they can get to a lot of people. So the next question goes, well, okay, you don't care about them kneeling but the kneeling's symbolic. It's not. They're not kneeling because they want to. They're not kneeling to say, I feel I should be able to kneel during the national anthem. That's my right. They're not.
They're doing it for a purpose.
They're not fighting to kneel, right? Yeah. They're fighting of this kind of aspect of this inequality that we feel in America for. It's for black people.
Yeah, no,
but I feel it even can transcend to just this kind of white privilege kind of thing. Mm-hmm. That is a big topic, and there's a way people feel about that. So the next question is, well, how do you feel about white privilege? Is it some people, especially white people, are going to be like, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. I know this guy that lost his job to the black guy because the black guy, affirmative action, he had to get the job. They had to make the quota of having ethnic people. And it's true. It is true.
But people out there like that, yeah.
Anecdotally, it's true, but that doesn't prove anything. That's just something you know or you feel or you think that happened.
You've seen or something
it's
like that.
It's anecdotal. You can't prove anything. Mathematically, and I'll tell you, you can't prove anything anecdotally. You can't give a reason of why something works this way. The only way you can disprove something is why it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. But if you prove something why it's not true and it works, that doesn't prove anything because it only worked that time.
Yeah.
we get really involved in that. But you can't say that affirmative action works or whatever, or that black people are not oppressed because you saw one time that it worked for the black person instead. It doesn't work that way. I think white privilege is a thing. I myself look white, so I have a privilege that works with me, not like someone that would be darker. You know, my Puerto Rican counterpoint there would be a darker Puerto Rican. I'm lighter. I look white. And in America, you would probably just say I'm white, but my Puerto Rican cousin that's very, very dark might have a different aspect of life just because of the shade of their skin. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And that's really where it comes down to. So if you don't care that, you know, with your football, and that's fine though, that is totally justifiable because football is football. It's supposed to be there it's supposed to take you away from the mundane stuff of everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's gotten to this point that the people in the show of football that you're watching feel oppressed, and they're even making millions, you know, they are the cream of the crop of this minority, but they still see such a problem with it, and they're trying to make a run about it or stir things up. What does that say? You know,
exactly.
where do you still stay with that? Are you either have the opinion that they're I would say it's very black and white, where you say either, oh, they just want a big handout, or they don't feel
I don't
you know, I'm not you. I'm just saying,
yeah.
like, the aspect of there is, like, they just, you know, we give them everything and they still want more. And then now they're disrespecting the flag and, you know, just to get more out of us or so. Yeah. You know, again, it's us against them versus, oh, I don't see it, but there is a bigger problem at hand that could be addressed or should be addressed, or how can we address it? And I don't really know exactly where I stand with that, other than I do appreciate the problem. And I say appreciate, not I enjoy it, but that I can see that it's there.
And I really hope something does come from it. I really hope, you know, this stuff, you know, when we look back on it 40, 50 years from now, you know, or maybe, hopefully even 10 years from now, you know, we look back, remember this happened with the kneeling?
Hopefully in 4 years.
Right. You know, hopefully, hopefully, 4 years, we look back and, like, remember when XYZ happened, Colin Kaepernick kneeling, this whole NFL thing, but now look at us now as a country. We've banded together, we've put a lot of good... I really hope for that. But, you know, that's what I watch the news for. It's like, you know, I don't watch football for the news. I watch football for sports.
Nor should you.
I could watch now if I turned into like
but what's nice is you have to now.
Yeah.
You have to.
It's like, so like if I turned into CNN
you as a casual sports watcher, if this never happened, you would never touch this. And I am a very... You're a casual... No, why would I even say you're a diehard sports watcher? I would call myself a casual sports watcher. And I don't watch sports to get news. I definitely would not. I get it to just watch, you know, a game and just chill out. But now you are always pressed with this kind of political stuff. And
that brings back what you were saying earlier. Like, nowadays, you have to have a stance on something. And it's like, and that I run into a lot of problems with that because I'm just an easygoing guy. Like, I'm just like...
me too.
I was like, I respect everyone. You know, I respect everyone, but if you act like an asshole to me, you're an asshole. Like,
I'm even like, if you're an asshole to me, but if you justify why you're being an asshole, I'll even give that. I'll be like, oh, I get why you're an asshole. You just, you know, it sucks for you. Like,
right? Yeah. But it's like, and so like when people legit asking me these questions, like either at work or like mostly at work, because, you know, that's where I spend the majority of my time anyway, or like we're out with friends. Oh, David, you hear about this? What'd you think about this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I will always do that in normal.
Yeah, so I'm just like it's
not the time or the place.
I was like, you know,
for me, I wait for the podcast to get it
right. I'm like, you know, oh yeah, I saw that happen, and I was like, it's crazy. Like I always said, that's my default thing. I was like, yeah, man, shit's crazy.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, for real. And it's like, it's kind of like, and I kind of always get myself into those predicaments, like when people ask me, like when I have Trump supporter friends, oh yeah, you voted for Trump, right? And I'm like, man, he won. I kind of like, he won. Like, there he goes.
No, I'm very ambiguous with politics and a lot of stuff like that, at work and at school, just because it's my privilege again, just because it's easy for me to do that, and it makes it a more enjoyable experience for the rest of the time being that I have to work or whatever with these people. But the Trump thing, I will always say I didn't vote for Trump. I am very against Trump. I think whatever your politics are for him, that you think he just says it like it is, I just think it's ridiculous, and I never... That night, watching the polls, I mean, I was like, there's no way. I was like, there is no way this guy's going to win. There's just no way.
I stayed up all night, and I watched his victory speech.
I went to bed with Trump winning, and I was like, you know how they do it. They're just trying to give the Trump supporters, they're kind of like, this is my thing in my head, I'm like, they're just trying to like show that he did kind of have a way, and when I wake up in the morning, everything will be right, and Hillary's gonna win. And I woke up, and I was taking my dump, and it totally ruined. That was the worst dump of my life, because I pulled up Facebook, and there it was, Trump won by whatever votes, and I was like, I cannot believe. No, like went back in. I couldn't even enjoy it. My asshole tightened up because I couldn't believe that he won. I still can't believe that. It's still, it still like makes me gag saying like President Trump. Like it's just like it doesn't even like flow. Like like I can't even say it.
Donald Trump.
Horrible. It's the POTUS.
We're in a bad episode of South Park.
It is. It's yeah. Maybe it'll be clever. South Park's pretty clever. And
maybe Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Yeah.
Maybe this is a clever ruse of what we need to think about and whatnot. So
for real.
Next topic,
because we can rant on that for hours.
Man.
And we're already pushing time here.
Yeah, we are.
So as we talk about a lot and share on Facebook a lot, we have an email account, whocarespodcast210@gmail.com, and we have the Who Cares Facebook page.
So what do you type into Facebook to find this page?
Who cares? Well, I type in, because I search everything. I look up the entire thing. I look up Who Cares with David Clare and The Teach.
I'm going to try right now. I'm just going to put Who Cares. For me, it does pop up right away. I think it's because I liked us, though. But you should look up Who Cares with David Clare. That's David, spelled like you would think. Clare is actually spelled Claar. That should get you the rest of the way. But if not, and in parentheses, The Teach. Because I can see Who Cares with a question mark, Who Cares Music. That's the three that pop up. I think ours comes up on ours.
Because we're the longest.
Because I've liked it already, so it's going to come up. But, yeah. I think the making this more interactive would be, you know her?
No, Hugh Hefner died.
Oh, shit.
Breaking news on Who Cares.
Hugh Hefner died.
See if it's real. Let's see if it's real. We're going to do some...
I'll Snopes it.
Nope, Snopes. We're about to do some live investigation on here real quick.
Should I got Pizza Hut on...
Oh, yeah. You must boycott them.
Are they supporters?
They are official sponsors of the NFL.
So I'm going to buy a pizza tomorrow, I guess. Okay, Hugh... Is that how you spell Hugh?
Yeah.
Hefner.
I don't know how to spell Hefner, though. Hefner, there you go.
Let's just look at Hugh Hefner. Dies.
Damn, he's dead.
Well, he's 91. Hold on, see if it's true. Hold on. You gotta look for the green check. Where is it? They don't have it. You know what? They don't know either.
Ooh. So not yet confirmed.
It says Hugh Hefner, who was 91, died at his home of natural causes. Hugh Hefner, who became a cultural icon, creating and helming adult magazine Playboy, which no longer shows tits and ass.
Yeah.
Poor, that sucks.
That's a whole discussion on its own.
Died at his home, Playboy Mansion. What better way to go? Of natural causes. He was 91. I mean, that, the average life of a man is what, 83 or something? 82?
Something like that.
I think 82. I'm looking on Snopes, and usually Snopes, they will have a big green check saying confirmed, or a big red X saying wrong. I think if it just happened, they posted this and they have not yet confirmed it either. So we'll see. Because they put it just like, they'll say the whole article like this, whatever they got it from, and then they'll right here go, if it was wrong, they'll still say it like it was and go, wrong, and this is why. It's probably so new that they posted it and they're waiting to do that.
Nice.
At 91 though, I mean,
I
probably.
believe it.
Those are his 3 girlfriends.
The Girls Next Door?
I guess.
Yeah, remember that show?
Same one. You know, they're not even that.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just not into blondes. So it's like.
Yeah, that was my thing at one time, but not anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, so with the Facebook, look us up. Because I just popped up. Yeah. It's like, so look us up, Who Cares, with David Clare and The Teach. Or even if you just type in Who Cares Podcast, it should still pop up as well.
Yeah.
Because I tagged it. So give us a like, comment some shit that you want to talk about, hit us up on the email. And speaking of the email, we, on our Gmail account, and Teach posted the podcast on Craigslist, trying to find some strange things to pull up.
Yeah.
And we did. We hit, I think this is gold. Like, I think it's gold. Do you want to read it or do you want me to read it?
Yeah, you can read it.
I'll read it.
I'm a little less enthused about it, only because it's like, it is a rando about a rando.
And he posted to talk about it on the podcast. He put that as the subject.
So this is a guy telling us about another guy that posted on Craigslist.
Yeah.
So it's not the guys. This is not the person that this happened to telling us about it, but
this is a secondhand account of the story.
Right.
So we received an email from Yugi DNA Hino. And I tell you, dude, he pointed us out for the podcast. He put subject, podcast topic in SAT 9/20/17, 4:40 p.m.
Yeah.
He starts off the email by, here's one for you that is a story posted on Craigslist right now. I checked with the guy and he is recovering from a heart attack resulting from the stress and has not even gotten an apology or found a lawyer with balls to take the case. Great way to start a story. You know?
Well,
Great way to start a story.
Yeah.
Lawyers don't have balls, so...
This is true.
Here we go.
They have big balls, actually. Because they fight for right or wrong. They don't care. As long as they get paid.
Well, apparently not big enough balls for this case, man, so...
Well, if you listen to it, I can probably understand. It's probably a frivolous suit that just makes no sense.
So let's see here. So... And this is the original post he tagged us in.
Right, he put, yeah.
So then it goes, I don't know if this is the right place to post, because it's in all caps.
It's all caps, yeah.
So before you flag and email me,
we will read caps like that, yeah.
Let me know where to post. On April 21st, 2017, 2 Lee County Sheriff deputies came to my door to deliver a citation for criminal trespass because, according to the new owner of 2 acres located 0.6 of a mile deep within my 135-acre ranch, I was not to be on his easement. I asked the deputy what he was talking about because I owned the Servian estate to all this land and he just had a dominant estate easement limited to unblocked access to his 2 acres. I put just the toe of my shoe 2 inches on the easement when I said this, and he, the deputy, threw me to the ground, handcuffed me, and arrested me. As I understand the law, assault on a disabled person, just got interesting, on a disabled person is a 2nd-degree felony. From this assault, I was bloodied and bruised, quite possibly suffered a mild stroke. So he doesn't know if he had one or not. He just quite possibly suffered.
He typed this out.
So yeah, he quite possibly suffered a mild stroke and have been in serious pain in my knees and shoulders and hips ever since. The deputies must have thought that it was quite serious because they actually called an ambulance. So at least they were considerate.
And okay, yeah. This is the end of the original post.
Yeah, so that was the end of the post. So
the person that got fucked up posted that on Craigslist.
So that was done. So now we go back to Yugi.
The guy who's telling us about this guy's post.
The guy who wants us to talk about it. He says, this might involve a civil suit against a government department for police misconduct / assault or worse. Excuse me. It might even be considered assault on a disabled person by a sheriff deputy, which is a 2nd felony. 2nd-degree felony, I guess he meant. A second felony.
2nd degree, yeah. Sure.
There is a civilian involved.
Little dot degrees.
Right.
I would have accepted that.
Right. Okay, at least you tried. There is a civilian involved that started it all by filing a false police report for trespassing, which was a lie. I don't know if this is the right place to post, so if it isn't, don't flag, send an email to me, and just bear with me and let it go. This is going to be east of Austin, Texas. I am the plaintiff involving someone filing a false police report resulting in my brief arrest and severe physical injuries to me by a sheriff deputy. Should be a slam dunk case. I have pictures of the bloody injuries, police document of arrest, and paperwork showing the lie, as well as disabled tag. I am looking for an attorney to take this all on a contingency basis. I want the attorney to sue the socks off the defendants and divide the proceeds with me upon winning the case.
Okay, so actually, when we just said that it stopped and that
he
the
came
guy,
back in.
No. This all was the.
Oh, this is all the same guy? Okay.
Yes. So the guy that sent it to us was just the top of it. When we came in and said he no longer is talking, and it's the guy sent it to us, it's all him.
It's all the guy that
It's
got
all
hit.
the original post.
Okay.
The original post. The one that sent it to us was just at the top. That was it. Everything that we read after that, him sitting, I don't know if this is, or here's something to talk about. Everything after that is his post. I'll let you know right off the back, as just me as a person, I'll give you the words that come into my head. I have no fucking idea what it mean. Easement. A Serbian estate. No idea. Dominant estate. Easement. Dominant estate, easement. It's all together. I mean, I can make a context clue. Dominant estate, like he owns
the main
most
property?
of it.
Yeah.
Now, easement, I guess maybe means part of it. I don't know. That's
section.
something that comes up. Second degree felony, I've heard it a lot. I watched the I love SVU, but second degree felony, I'm not really sure what that entails. I didn't know assault on a disabled person means any goddamn thing.
Yeah.
If you're being a dickhead and fucking with the rest, you know, I'm gonna take you down if I'm a cop. Like,
right.
I mean, not like it's maybe hard, but I don't know. But I don't know. Second, okay. Now the end part. Here's where I know why it's him, because he says, I am looking for an attorney to take this all on a contingency basis. So that means for free, depending on what you get later. So the attorney's contingency is him saying, this could be a lot of money and we'll see later. Contingency means like after the fact of the thing. And I want the attorney to sue the socks off the. So he's the, and when he said, I knew when he said, I am the plaintiff, he's the one pursuing this lawsuit, this litigation against some other person. Here's what I thought about the email. It's just, now that it's funny, I guess, if this really happened, but the way I see it is what happened was, what he's trying to say is that he's a guy that owns land. There's another guy that owns a piece of the land,
an easement.
For whatever reason that's not explicit, is that him and a cop are at the edge of this easement on his dominant part of the land. Why? What are they doing there? How
is it clearly divided?
Who called them? Why are they met up? You know, what is he wearing? I don't know. Like, is he in a wheelchair? He's disabled. Is he in crutches? I don't know. He uses his foot to
his disabled foot.
His disabled. You know, who knows? I don't know. Where is he disabled in the head? I don't know. To touch the line of the easement, and the cop just tackles him.
Cop said, "Fuck this guy."
And I don't know. To me, this sounds like a frivolous lawsuit in my head, because it sounds like. It sounded like to me what really happened was there was a dispute about land. And the cop arrested him for having something on his land, and he's trying to make it really grandiose and say that he was tackled and that he is disabled and that this was this big thing. I think what probably happened was he went out to talk about this dispute of the land, and the cop said, you got no leg to stand on, and now it's a thing. Like, that's really what I don't see it really being what he put. I don't agree.
I just think it's funny that he said he quite possibly suffered a mild stroke.
Yeah.
It's like, I think you know if you're having a stroke or not.
Yeah.
Even if it's mild, I don't think you Be like, am I having a stroke?
Is
Like,
your eye droopy? Like, is your lip off? I mean, you obviously have, you know, both hands are working to type this up. So, like, I don't know where the stroke happened.
But, oh, you know where the stroke happened. Oh, you know.
The stroke on the keyboards that he's writing this up to, like, bullshit it?
No, I don't know. Well, either way, who cares?
Who cares?
But Yugi DNA Hino,
It was the only motherfucker that emailed us, and true to our word, we talk about it.
We talked about it. So I'm gonna post more Craigslist ads.
I've been trying.
I'm gonna post them in the awkward spots. I'm gonna post them in the casual encounters.
Oh.
I'm gonna post those, like, just to see what gets brought up. We'll probably get a lot of, like,
yeah. You're gonna get a lot of dick pics.
Yeah, like I was about to say, we're gonna get dick pics.
You know what? Our segment next is probably gonna be rate this dick.
Rate this dick, and we'll just talk about dicks.
How weird is it? What are the ball contents?
Like,
his shaft?
Is he circumcised? Not circumcised? Shaven?
Is there a lot
shaven?
of Jewish people in San Antonio? I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll find out.
Find out next week on Rate Your Dick. Or Rate My Dick.
Rate my dick. Rate your dick. What would be your dick?
Just your dick.
Your dick.
I'm not going to email my dick.
The consumer.
I was like, yeah.
Right.
My dick is okay.
And I don't want to hear your rate on my dick.
Yeah, I was like, then I get self-conscious. But
yeah.
But,
I know someone who likes it, so.
Yeah, I was like, it's okay with me. Satisfies for me.
Enough of the email, because I didn't even want to talk about this bullshit email. But we did anyway, just to stay true to.
The show was serious.
Hey, thank you to what's his fucking name?
Yugi DNA
Henna. You know, he's the real MVP for just emailing us. We got fucking friends that don't do shit. They keep wanting to be in passing. Like, you should talk about this. Like, motherfucker, send an email. Give me a coherent thing to read so we can.
Did I talk about it on the show? I had a friend hit me up. Hey man, I want to be on the podcast.
Oh, you did this earlier this podcast.
I already talked about. Okay, well then rant over.
Yeah,
I won't revisit it. I'm
fuck
so salty.
you too.
Fuck you if you're listening.
Email us about it.
So we want to close the show on what we talked about on the smoke break. The video I shared.
Oh yeah.
Of the club.
Yeah.
Went on a lighthearted note. So last week we talked a lot about Cardi B's Bodak Yellow.
Yeah.
And how.
We should probably. Yeah, go ahead.
Like Vinny was like my friend, he was talking about it, and like he commented on it, and like I got a lot of hits on it, but Teach over here was like rapping it last week on the podcast.
I was trying. I listened to that podcast and I was like, and what's funny is that you actually gave me the lyric and then like it didn't register, and then like halfway through the segment I was like, doing it again, like trying, because like it came to me and I didn't realize you had already given it to me.
It was like but I found a video because girls get so disrespectful to this song.
They do. Go ahead.
They get so disrespectful. So it's like. But every guy, like, doesn't like it. Guys are just like... Right now I gotta give credit to Cardi B in this video.
So comfortable, look. Dance now, I make money moves. I like it.
But the video was, like, in a club and they were playing it.
Yeah.
And this guy was standing there.
And I felt for this guy. Like, I knew, I shared a mind space with this man.
Like, I presume that was his girlfriend.
I watched it off of sound. And your friend posted too, because he did the same thing. I watched it without the sound, because I think I was like in the shitter at work or something. And I was like, I thought someone was going off on this guy.
Yeah.
Like, right? I thought someone was telling this guy off. And I went and revisited it. And was like, she's singing the song. She's just singing the fucking song.
And so, like, she's rapping it, and she's, like, slapping him. She's like, I don't fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like, right in his face.
Yeah,
and
like, poking him. He's just kind of like, okay, babe, like
Jesus
okay,
Christ.
You're getting into it, right? No, the big thing was he goes to take a drink of his drink, because they're at a club. And the song's just on, and she's just enjoying the song. I've been there, too. I've been there when Miss Teach is, like, getting a little too hype, but like I'm like, I know I gotta drive home, but you know, I'm gonna let her enjoy the song, you know, with like all single ladies, put your hands up, you know. She's all putting her hand up. I'm like, okay, babe, enjoy the song. So like Cardi B, same thing. She's all talking shit, pointing the finger. he goes to take a drink of his drink and he fucking slaps it out of his hand. I mean, like, doesn't slap the drink out of his hand like it's falling out, but like does not allow him to take a drink of his drink at this club that she's just getting ham on his tongue. Like,
man,
my god.
But like, I've seen so many videos of similar situations where like, yeah, dude, like when the song first started getting a little bit of notoriety and everything, like a DJ would play it in the club. Every dude that was like bouncing to the last song, when Bodak Yellow started, every guy like stopped moving, and you see like every girl.
Well, I like the song. Now, that's just disrespectful. I told Miss Teacher, because I was like, what I would have done was been like, enjoy yourself, but I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette because I can't be around you around the song if you're gonna act like that. Like
Leslie last week, on Thursday when I was editing the episode and everything and posting it online and everything, she played the song. She was here doing homework and she was playing music and stuff, and she played the song knowing how much I hate it, and she was doing that. She goes, "I don't fuck with you," and I was just like.
No, that's just.
I was just like, man.
Nah.
She was like, I make money moves. I'm like,
no, you don't.
You're eating Jimmy John's Aibati.
Right,
right.
Like just. We got rice-a-roni in the fridge, like that we're still eating for the week. Like
it's like just sit there, do your homework.
Like we just fought. Like I'm like with my chick too. Like we just fought over the fucking leg at Popeyes. Like we ain't making money move. Like when we're fighting over the last piece of chicken.
I don't fuck with you. I'm like, then you don't fuck with the sandwich I bought you.
Right, right. Give me here. I'll enjoy it.
I'm gonna eat the rest of the sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
But we're an hour and a half.
Damn, that was quick.
That was fast,
it's so
man.
quick.
But we blazed through this because we have, and I like what Miss Teach brought up, that we talk about valid points. We don't argue.
Mm-hmm.
We have general conversations.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. I tried a podcast before this one called Who Really Gives a Fuck. That was the podcast I was trying to convey. And my thing was I was the sole host, but I was always going to have a co-host that was random, just a friend of mine or someone that I would go out and seek and find. So it would always be two people because I like the conversation. But I found that when I went out with some people and recorded, we'd end up, and I like to drink, and some other people, I can handle it. I feel like other people can't always handle drinking too much. You can. Some other people, also they smoke too, so they would smoke, and we're just on like a different level. And then I'd listen to it, I'd play it back, and I'm like, we're so off. We're just like yelling at each other, almost like we're just like, well, but wait a minute, you need to think about, it was like very, it wasn't pleasant to listen to because you're just like, if I was listening, I'd be like, they're just bitching like at each other, like like this is like I don't need to hear this, like I can go home and bitch at someone, like like right. You're not expressing. It's not like I like the word symposium. Symposium is a meeting of minds and discussion with drink. Actually, it's in the definition of a symposium is that it's a Greek word. A meeting of minds with discussion, usually with they call libations, with libations. Libations is drinks because libations liberate you, and when you drink a little bit, you're a little liberal.
You've seen me hella drunk, so I get liberated.
You see me very hella drunk every week.
You've kissed my cheeks before when you were drunk.
I'm Italian, and it comes out sometimes when I got love for you. I just gotta give you a little, a little peck on the cheek, just like I got love for you. It just is what it is,
Yeah, but I appreciate that feedback Miss Teach gave us. If she could share the page.
Well, you call her Miss Teach because we're not technically married yet.
Mrs. Teach, there to be technical.
Yeah, I did too. I really appreciated it.
Tell Mrs. Teach to share the page and get her friends to listen to it.
Did she not? I thought she did.
No, she liked the page.
Oh.
She didn't share it.
She'll share it.
We need to spread the word.
Yeah.
And if you listen to the show, if you like it on Facebook, please share it. I know it sounds needy, but we're like, we just want to try to get as many listeners as we can. I felt really proud we got 19 views on the video.
I don't even really care.
No.
I know you do because you have a background in...
I have a background for feedback.
Me, I'm all about anonymity, and I like to... I guess it's like I like to listen to myself later. I just think it's interesting to hear our conversations.
Uh-huh.
And if I could find... I have an artsy side to me where I like people that enjoy stuff that I make. Like, by the way, I make Chinese bookmarks and stuff now. If you want, they're like $5 a piece. Hit the teach up. Go through David.
Go through me, and I'm the plug for the.
Yeah. But as far as this podcast is, it's really just like a cum dump of thoughts. Like, you know.
True.
Just like to get it out. Like I said, I really look forward to this throughout the week. Like, honestly, I think this last weekend I was like, I wonder if I should just call Dave and be like, let's just do it. Like, let's just make
I had those same thoughts, man.
Let's just make a podcast right now just because. But I think it's good to make it every week so that we can build up conversation.
And we have stuff to talk about.
Right. So that, because if we start doing it too close, you know, they start meshing and thoughts are like, yeah. So.
Yeah, but this is good. Who cares? That's what it boils down to. Who cares?
Who cares?
I say I care, but deep down, I don't care.
I really don't care.
Yeah. So if you don't care, let us know.
Tell us how much you don't care.
Tell us how much you could care. Tell us how much you don't care about us trying to get popular on this thing.
Yes.
Tell us how much you don't want to share.
How much we ain't shit and we sound like a couple of fuckboys trying to just talk shit and whatever. We'll shut you out.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking a little shit too, but.
Well, we'll rate your dick, and
we will rate your dick. Yeah.
Maybe you'll make the jerk of the week.
Jerk of the week. Oh, I made it 90s. Jerk of the week. That's that. Return of the Mac.
Return of the Mac.
Jerk of the week. I'm gonna have to make my own. You know, I might get a cease and desist letter from Jerk of the Week YouTube that I took it from. So I might have to make my own. That's okay because I got something in back.
You're gonna have to send me the link to that because now I gotta credit it into the.
Oh, okay. I can send it to you.
Be like, this person owns this. And now I gotta fucking deal with Bodak Yellow.
No, you can talk shit about him though. You can play the song too. I think.
In the background.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was on SoundCloud, but with YouTube, it's very strict.
I work for an intellectual property law firm,
okay.
and we'll hash it out.
I think maybe our voices are so loud over it.
It was just playing. I mean,
it popped up.
I didn't stop the segment to listen to it. We just It was just there.
It just happened.
Yeah.
It's like a ringtone going off in the theater.
It's free publicity. Fuck.
True. She's got that. Well, that's our time for this week. Until next time.
Bitch, you guessed it!